Well, I need to be completely honest with you guys. I think this might be my first Dollar Tree fail in a very long time. Hello everybody and welcome back to Dollar Tree Dinners. Welcome to another episode of $10 Tuesday where we make dinner on a $10 budget from Dollar Tree. Last week we upgraded one of these banquet microwave dinners, the ones with the chicken nuggets and french fries, to turn them into a KFC Nashville hot loaded fries bowl complete with mac and cheese, french fries, Nashville hot chicken nuggets, and pickles on top. I really thought it was fun to reinvent one of those microwave dinners, and a lot of you guys agreed with me, so we're doing that again this week. This week we're reinventing the banquet Salisbury steak meal. This one comes with a Salisbury steak patty, gravy, and macaroni and cheese. And just like last week, we are starting with 4 of these, and these are $1.25 a piece, so that is $5. That left me with 4 ingredients to try to upgrade these. The first thing I picked up was this little jar of mushroom stems and pieces. Next, I grabbed some of these Breckenridge Farm singles in the Swiss style. These are kind of like Dollar Tree's version of Kraft American cheese, but they have a lot of fun variations. So they have American, pepper jack, Swiss, and I feel like they have something else. I should have checked when I was there, but I grabbed the Swiss kind. Next up, I grabbed some garlic toast. This is the Gio's Texas toast, and this comes with 6 slices per bag. They used to come in a box, and now they come in a bag. I think it's just to save space on packaging so it doesn't take up as much room in the freezer. But as far as I know, they haven't changed the product. This is my first time buying the bag, so I'll get to see if it's the same as what I remember. And lastly, this is just steak and macaroni and cheese, so I decided to add a vegetable to it. So I just picked up a bag of frozen winter blend vegetables. I like this one. It's a mixture of cauliflower and broccoli, but Dollar Tree has so many different frozen vegetables, and this is just really going to be a side component, so feel free to swap this for anything your family likes. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ingredients at $1.25 a piece for a total cost of $10, or in my case, $10.08 because I forgot to bring a bag again. Recently, I posted a video and somebody was saying, I didn't know Dollar Tree charges a bag fee. Dollar Tree does not charge a bag fee. The state that I live in requires all retailers to charge a bag fee if you don't provide your own bag. So that's not a Dollar Tree thing, that's a Washington State thing. If you haven't already guessed what we're making, we're gonna make some open-faced Salisbury steak sandwiches. And there's not really a whole lot of cooking to be done here. Execution, I feel like, is the real debate here because we're just kind of winging it. I do think it might be best to kind of pre-toast this garlic bread though, so 425. And then while that preheats, I think it's a good idea to kind of check out what we've got going on with these Salisbury steak meals. So let's open one of these up and see what kind of portions we have. And there we go. I'm pretty sure these are kind of the same containers like the chicken nuggets and french fries came in. So we've got a pretty good size of it is the Salisbury steak. And then like maybe a half cup, 3/4 of a cup mac and cheese. I didn't really get anything specifically to elevate the mac and cheese, but I do have an idea on how we could elevate it with the ingredients I have. But again, we don't have any recipes here. So I think I'm gonna do the first microwave on each of these, which is microwave on high for 2 minutes, just to kind of thaw these out a little bit so I can remove them from the containers. So, split film to vent. I'm gonna do that on all 4. And I'm gonna microwave each of these for 2 minutes. I actually love Salisbury steak. When I was a kid, it was one of my favorite school lunches. I'm surprised that this one comes with macaroni and cheese and not mashed potatoes, but their meatloaf dinner does come with mashed potatoes. So maybe we will work on that one next. I think I have a fun plan for that one. So there we go. There's our 4 Salisbury steak dinners. Now we're gonna move over to the stovetop. I do feel like this is somewhat optional, but I did buy these mushrooms to add to it because, you know, brown gravy and mushrooms are a pretty standard combination, and these microwave dinners don't have mushrooms. So I'm gonna drain this jar first. And I don't really feel like there's any benefit to sauteing these because they're jarred mushrooms, so they're already cooked for the most part. So I was just gonna add them into my skillet along with the Salisbury steaks. And then I'm gonna try to get all this gravy out of here as well. Try to get these all cleaned out. I feel like I'm actually kind of surprised with how much gravy is in them. I wasn't sure if they were gonna have enough moisture for what I'm wanting to do, but I do think they have a fair amount of gravy. Just trying to get that all kind of mixed in with the mushrooms here. If you can't tell, I don't really have any rhyme or reason for what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get the mushrooms kind of coated in some of that gravy. And I kind of felt like this was the easiest way to do it, but I'm also kind of second guessing myself now. I don't have any other plans for this other than to just let it simmer and kind of heat through and try to infuse those mushrooms with a bit of that beefy flavor. Next up, the garlic bread. Actually, the vegetables. Let's do those first. Because since we're using our oven anyways, we might as well roast our vegetables. I love roasting frozen broccoli. It's my favorite way to kind of elevate it. And again, this is a mixture of broccoli and cauliflower, and I like to buy this one specifically because I feel like it's got a good amount of floret pieces as opposed to just the broccoli cuts, which I feel like has a lot of stems. And I'm gonna keep the seasoning on this broccoli fairly simple. As you guys know, I only budget in oil, salt, and pepper. So salt and pepper. And our oven is preheated to 425 for the garlic bread. So we should be able to just kind of toss this in alongside the garlic bread. Next up, the garlic bread, which this comes with 6 slices, and we only need 4 of them because we only have 4 Salisbury steaks. So you could save the other 2 for another meal down the line, or what I was thinking potentially you could do is go ahead and toast them up and then use them as a flavorful topping for the macaroni and cheese. I am not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be saving mine because I don't like crunchy stuff on my mac and cheese. It is a very good thought though, and because it's garlic flavored, it would probably add a lot of flavor to the mac and cheese. So I really just want to toss it out there as an option, but I'm a bit of a mac and cheese purist, but I've just never really been a big fan of breadcrumbs on mac and cheese. So we've got our broccoli and cauliflower in our oven. Now we're gonna toss our garlic bread in our oven and let that toast up as well. I also, like I said, I don't really have any specific plans for the mac and cheese, and this is only partially cooked because we just put it in the microwave for like a couple minutes. So I'm getting it in a pan so that I can heat it up the rest of the way. The garlic toast is pre-toasted. I'm gonna flip it over so the crunchy side is on the bottom. Now I'm thinking that I'm gonna make a little divot in each of these, kind of pressing down the center of the bread. I'm gonna start to fill up those little divots with some of our mushrooms. Try to shimmy my steak out of the way. I'm gonna be really excited because it looks like one of these steaks is like the exact same size as one of these garlic toasts. Let's find out, shall we? Isn't that just perfect? And next we're gonna top it with some of our let's put in quotation marks, Swiss cheese, because this is not really Swiss cheese, it's American cheese that is Swiss flavored. We get to see how well this stuff melts. Let's make some room here. We're gonna top each of our little open-faced sandwiches with a slice of Swiss cheese. Or 2 if you want, or even 3 if you want. I guess our final step then is to pop those back in the oven and let that cheese get melty. Well, I need to be completely honest with you guys. I think this might be my first Dollar Tree fail in a very long time, and it's because of this Swiss cheese slices. They've been in the oven for a while now, and they haven't melted at all. So, for example, these are some pieces that I kind of broke off of the slice, and they're not really melting. The top of it's getting a bit of like a rubbery texture from being in the oven. But again, that doesn't mean they're gonna taste bad. I'm just giving you all of the information. The inside of the cheese is a little melty, so it's almost like it's sealed in something, but we'll try it anyways and see how it turns out. I'm also very concerned that the portions on this $10 dinner are gonna be quite small, mostly because of how much that broccoli and cauliflower kind of shrunk up in the oven. We do have mac and cheese though, so we have a full meal. It's just that the portions might be on the smaller side. So first we have one of our open-faced Salisbury steak sandwiches with some unmelted Swiss cheese. Not too happy, not too thrilled about that. I feel like I should have done cheddar or pepper jack, but I haven't tried this cheese in a long time, so I figured it was worth a go. Plus, I really wanted Swiss to go with like the steak and mushrooms vibe. I'm gonna do a small amount of our veggies. And then same thing with the mac and cheese. Each of those meals came with about half cup. So let's just try to replicate about that much. And I guess that's not terrible as far as the serving goes, but I do feel like that's really small compared to what I usually like to do with a $10 budget. More realistically, maybe this is a $10 dinner for 3 people. So I'm going into this what I call cautiously optimistic. Like, I'm always optimistic, I'm always trying to keep an open mind, but the fact that this cheese didn't melt is very concerning to me. So again, I should have did cheddar or pepper jack. That doesn't mean that the recipe itself is bad. It just means that my hopes of having Swiss cheese on this steak and mushroom sandwich may be completely thwarted. So my microphone's officially dead. We're gonna start with the mac and cheese and just see how that is. I didn't do anything to this, I just heated it up. It's pretty decent mac and cheese. It's a little on the bland side. It probably could have benefited from some extra cheese, and I wish the noodles were a little softer. It's not bad though for a microwave dinner mac and cheese. Then we have our roasted broccoli and cauliflower, which is delicious. If you've never tried dry roasting frozen vegetables, they are so good. Just a little bit of salt and pepper, throw them in the oven, they get all nice and brown. It's my favorite way to cook frozen broccoli. All right, moment of truth. Steak sandwich. I have to say, I really tried on this one, and it's really a flop, I think, all around. This might be one of my least favorite Dollar Tree meals that I've made in a very, very long time. Let's try just the steak by itself. Okay, steak by itself is good. I feel like I do have to be 100% honest with you guys and say I really thought that this concept would work. I thought it would be amazing. But for whatever reason, the combination of the Salisbury steak with the garlic bread is just not good. Both of those things I think are pretty good on their own. Like, I tried the steak by itself, I tried the garlic bread by itself. There's nothing about either one of those that I just don't think flows. But for some reason, when I took a bite of the two of them together, it's almost like the flavors of each of them canceled out the other, and it just tasted really bland. That Swiss cheese, as you can see, I took it off as soon as I took that first bite. The flavor, the texture, everything about it's all wrong. So that one's got to be like a 0 out of 10. Please don't buy that Swiss cheese. If you ever see it in the store, just stay away from it. It's not good. I should have known the second that it didn't melt that it wasn't going to be good. Oh, this is going to be really hard, but this one is a flop. I think it was a really good idea. I think I executed it the way that I wanted to. I just don't think that the flavors went together. The portions were too small. Everything about this was just not great. But I am glad that I tried it. Maybe I can try to make something else with the Salisbury steak meal down the line. Maybe we'll try the same concept with the meatloaf dinner next week, maybe with some cheddar cheese on it instead. I don't really know. You guys like to see my fails as much as you like to see my successes, and this one was definitely a fail. If you have any suggestions on how I could have made it better, or if you have any ideas on what I could do next Tuesday, then leave them in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it didn't work out. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon.